and we are here today at the Dallas Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia, and today we'll be looking at the police street motorcycle racing, and not racing, but they have to complete a different obstacle course. And we're going to talk to a couple of people today and also show you what this interesting and competitive sport is like. We've seen a lot of people be successful, but we've seen a couple of people fail, and they've been very close. So it's been very interesting and very exciting. So let's take a look at what we can see today. All right, we're here with Jimmy from Jimmy's Old Town Tavern. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Herndon.
And so why are you here today, and what brings you to the motorcycle obstacle course?
Okay, Eddie Stapleton from the Herndon Police Department asked us a few weeks ago if we wanted to help out, and we are here today to feed the motorcyclists. They're here from all over the country. They're competing right here behind us in the rain. These guys are some of the best motorcycle riders in the country, and it's great to be part of this, and we're hoping the rain goes away and we're gonna feed everybody and then go back to Jimmy's.
Sounds very exciting. And what are you looking for? What obstacle course do you seem to like the best? There's a slow one over here, I believe, and they kind of zip around all these different parts. What do you like to watch?
Well, I like to watch these slow ones because I've been riding a motorcycle since I was 7 years old, and you know when you come up to a red light and you don't want to put your feet down, so you just go as slow as you can, you hope it turns green. Well, these guys do it. They do it competitively, and it's amazing how they go as slow as possible without putting their feet down and go around the turns. So.
All right, well, thanks so much, and I appreciate it. Have it, enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with a couple police officers who participated today, and I'll just walk around and I'll ask you your name and where you guys are from.
Okay. Greg Epperson, I'm from Austin, Texas.
Sean Pindell from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Terry Donnelly from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Jim Hodges, Madison, Wisconsin.
John Harris from right here in Fairfax County.
Great. And I know you guys all participated today, and it was very exciting. Why don't you just explain kind of the hardest part, or the part that you find most difficult in that they've set up?
Running it in the rain can add a little bit of can make it a little bit more difficult. You got to slow down, really pay attention to your basics and what you learn, and head and eyes, and just slowing down and paying attention to everything.
Very cool. How about you?
I'd have to say that the hardest part here today is competing against Sergeant Harris.
I didn't think of that.
How about you, sir?
Same thing, just trying to drive in the rain and get used to the slippery surface when it's wet.
Probably trying to control your anxiety and your nerves a little bit in front of all the spectators and a time clock, and I'd have to agree with him going against Fairfax County.
You're the one to beat.
They've already said everything.
All right, I got it. Now, explain, is this your first time at the games, the World Fire and Police Games?
Yes, this is the first time that I've been to the World Police Games before. I've been to the Texas State Police Games, but never to the World, so this is really cool.
Has anybody else been before?
I went in 2001 to Indianapolis, Indiana, and we actually had a guy on our squad who won the gold medal and the silver medal. Somebody else won the bronze, but so that was the only time that Fairfax County went, is in 2001.
Very interesting, very cool. And explain explain a little bit why motorcycles are so unique, why they're used instead of police cars, because that's kind of, you know, you see a lot of more and more police cars, or more and more motorcycles rather than police cars.
There's more of a danger factor to actually what we're doing, but I don't know, speak for them, we almost are always the first on all the major scenes. If it's a critical scene and we're running code, I mean, we'll beat any of the four-wheel units by several minutes, to school issues, to anything. It's just our response time is greatly enhanced.
The agility of the motorcycle makes it better. The size of the motorcycle, if we can go down sidewalks and driveways and behind stores and paths, you can get a lot more places faster. The motorcycle is a great community relations tool. Everybody wants to stop and talk to the police about your motorcycle. Nobody wants to talk to the police about what kind of car they're driving. It's a good community relations tool.
Very interesting. Okay, anything else?
For the big events like fairs and parades and things, a motorcycle can get into tight spaces and get through those crowds where we can't get there with a police car.
Very cool. Abby, sir?
You kind of covered all the bases. I was thinking about the maneuverability of the motor, you know, how easy it is to get there, how open you are to the public because you're right there. You're not enclosed in a vehicle, so the accessibility to use is better.
Anything else? Fine.
You know, in Fairfax County, traffic's the #1 concern.
Right, that's right.
So, like Epperson said, we're usually the first on scene, so we can get up there, clear the roadway, and get the motoring public to their destination. In a car, you can't do that. Plus, being on a motorcycle, we're very approachable. You've seen police cars, they got their windows up, the air conditioner on.
Right.
Well, people will see us, they'll walk up to us, they'll shake our hand. We're more approachable on a motorcycle than we are in a car. I'm not saying that they're not approachable, but most civilians won't take that step towards a car because they're kind of back offish, but on a motorcycle, they walk up to you.
Very cool.
Saying there's no other brotherhood
Right.
besides being a motorman. You're a brother by being a police officer, but it's a tighter fraternity being a motorman because we ride in the rain, we ride in the sun, we ride in the cold,
we ride
snow.
in the snow.
Yeah,
We ride in the snow.
you know, being a motorman is the best job ever.
Very interesting. What's the training process like to learn how to ride a motorcycle for the police department, and how long does it take until you're actually really good at it?
I think it's probably pretty close as far as most of the agencies go. You have to put your time in on the street, then you got to put in for the motor division, go through a board process with us, then you go through a written test, mathematics mainly having to do with recs, and there's a lot of mathematics. People don't realize it, at least with ours. Then once you get accepted, you have to go through Northwestern. I think we all do the Northwestern curriculum, which is ours is a 2-week-long course where you have to learn to ride. It's 80 hours of training, and then we do a month of FTO where you're taught on the street some of the different things and some of the ways to work. So it's at least a 2 to 3 month process before you're actually released with a partner on the street with us.
Very interesting. Anybody else? How it kind of applies to everyone?
Pretty much the same. But this is our 80-hour class. Is this plus night riding, shooting from your vehicle, tactical, off-road riding, or there's other things to it. But this is the basic 80-hour course. Is learning how to control a motorcycle at a slow speed.
And you're constantly learning.
Right.
We're learning from everybody that's out here. I don't care how long, if you've been riding 1 day or 10 years. There's always, you can learn something from somebody. And if you think that you know it all, that's the day you shouldn't ride your motorcycle. Because there's a difference between cocky and confidence. We are all confident in our riding skills, but the day that you become cocky, you should park that motorcycle because you shouldn't ride. So we're constantly learning. Like they said, that's just the basic foundation is the 80 hours, and then you constantly are learning throughout your career as a motor officer.
What is your favorite motorcycle memory? All right. Any memory? Yeah, good memory that turned out well in the end. Kind of positive.
We do this a lot. We don't, but every once in a while we get to escort, like presidential. And I remember when I first came to Motors, we got to escort Lady Bird Johnson, who's not with us anymore. And it was really cool that even though she had a lot of physical issues with getting around, she came up to all of us and shook our hand and talked to us, and it was just kind of cool, you know, Miss LBJ sitting there talking to us before we had that final escort with her. I'll never forget that.
Very interesting. Anyone else having great stories?
For me, is meeting every one of these guys. You know, yes, we meet the president and we meet celebrities, but these are the guys that mean more to me because they're doing the same job that I'm doing. You know?
Very cool, very cool. Anybody
That
else?
was going to be mine. Was my first rodeo coming down here to Fairfax County and seeing everybody and talking and meeting all of everybody and making lifelong friendships with guys like Sergeant Harris that teach you a lot, and that will always stick with me.
Very cool. Once again, thank you guys so much, and I appreciate it, and best of luck to all of you at the games.
Thank you.